Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's talk about and discuss Extreme Rules for October the 8th, 2022. This show was good. Fucking good. I don't mean the entire show. I'm talking about what happened at the end and the I Quit match between Edge and Finn Balor. Those two moments were fucking awesome. Awesome. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So we kick the show off with the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. This match was absolutely fucking fun as shit. These two teams beat the shit out of each other. There were shillelaghs involved. Gunther ate a Celtic cross through a table. This was just absolutely amazing, and I have loved this feud. This is one of my favorite feuds next to the Bloodline and Sami Zayn. This is one of my best feuds. One of my favorite feuds. But in the end, Sheamus was able to hit a bro kick on Giovanni Vinci and scored the pinfall with a 1-2-3. Crowd pops big. I gave that a 3 out of 5. It was fun. It was fun. It really was. I love the match. I'm trying to think if Sheamus and Gunther should run it back either at Crown Jewel or Survivor Series or wait to the Royal Rumble. Me personally, I would wait to the Royal Rumble. It makes the most sense, you know. It makes the most sense. But we are going to get Sheamus and Gunther 3. Fucking amazing. I gave that a 3 out of 5. We then had a backstage segment involving The Miz. So he was talking to one of the interviewers, talking about Dexter Lumis. And then he sees the Philadelphia hockey mascot. I think his name was Griddle or Gritty or whatever. And it wanted a hug from him. He turned him down, and because he thought it was Dexter Lumis, but it wasn't. Moving on, second match of the night: Rhonda Rousey versus Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship in an Extreme Rules match. This match was okay. Towards the end of the match, Liv was able to hit a senton through the table, and then Rhonda locked in the armbar, and Liv passed out. And so the ref calls for the bell. 2 out of 5. We're probably going to have Rhonda face Charlotte, I would imagine. There's no point going back to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has served her purpose. She was champion for about a little over 100 days. She won it in July. So yeah, well no, she kept it for about 90 something days. So she won it in July, early July 2nd. So I'm fine, but I'm guessing the next best thing for Rhonda is to go after Charlotte when she returns, and she probably will return probably on Friday Night Smackdown this week coming up, which makes sense. But this was a decent match for both women. Next, Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a strap match. Match was fun. Match was hard hitting. Um, when the ref rung the bell, um, so McIntyre was already strapped in. The ref tried to get Kross to put on the strap. He threw the belt down twice. Scarlett then distracted the ref, and he beat down McIntyre for a little bit. Him and McIntyre, they brawl. The McIntyre is able to take control and hit Kross. He threw him into the ring post. Finally, he was able to get him to put on the strap. He forced him to put it on, and then the match was officially underway. Towards the end of the match, Scarlett gets involved, and she pepper sprays McIntyre, and then Kross wins via the cross hammer from behind. I gave that a 3 out of 5. I thought it was pretty cool. I dig it. It makes sense for McIntyre to lose. You can always run this back either at Crown Jewel or at Survivor Series. And then you can do the blow off at the Royal Rumble, which is what they'll probably do anyway. Although I much would have preferred if it would have been a regular match first, and then maybe do this at maybe like Survivor Series, and then do something to officially end the feud around the Royal Rumble. That's what I would have done if I was booking things, but I'm fine either way with it. But Kross definitely needed this for sure to establish himself. So he needed it. Moving on, Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship in a ladder match. This match was really good. This match was decent. So towards the end of the match, Damage Control, they got involved. So Bianca was able to climb up the ladder. She's about to, grab the championship. Out comes Io and Dakota Kai. They took Bianca down for a little bit. Io was attempting to do her moonsault, but Bianca was able to do a double KOD to both women, which was fucking awesome. And then she was able to KOD Bayley on the ladder. It was nasty. It was a real nasty spot. It took Bayley out. And Bianca was able to climb up the ladder and retrieve the Raw Women's Championship. And I gave that a 3 out of 5. I guess it makes sense to run it back, although I thought that Bayley was going to win. They mentioned on commentary that both Alexa and Asuka were injured during last week's Monday Night Raw. So it was kind of cool to see her outsmart all 3 women of Damage Control. They'll probably run this back either at the Rumble next year or maybe WrestleMania next year. But they'll probably run it back at the Rumble. I would assume they would do that. It kind of makes sense. We know that this is all leading up to War Games next month, Survivor Series. So I'm fine with it. I'm glad that Bianca's still champion. Next, we had the match of the night. Hands down, fucking awesome. Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. This was phenomenal. They brawled all over the arena. They brawled in the crowd a couple times. Judgment Day, towards the end, they did get involved. Um, Edge was not able to overcome the odds at first. Then Ray comes down. He whacks both Damian Priest and Finn Balor with a chair. Rhea does get involved, but Beth comes out, and those two start brawling for a little while. Um, Edge then gets a Fury of a Gentleman, and he low blows Dom. Dom beforehand beat the shit out of Ray, so he kneed him a couple times, beat him a couple times with elbows. I was like, damn. So they'll revisit that towards the end of the match. Edge was able to get to hit not one, not two, but three spears. Balor still didn't say I quit. Then um, Edge and Beth were not able to overcome the odds. So Balor does three coup de grace, but Edge still doesn't say the words I quit. So they take out Ray, and Rhea has Beth. Rhea hits Beth with brass knuckles. So Beth is out cold. So Balor, Priest, and Dominic, they all have Edge holding him down and saying, look, we'll do it. We'll do a concerto to her. And Edge automatically says, I quit. I fucking loved it. I loved it. He starts saying, Beth, 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 I quit, I quit, I quit. And out of nowhere, seconds later, Rhea hits the concerto on Beth. Fucking loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And I loved how they said it on commentary. Get some help out here. Both Corey and Michael Cole did great here. They both did great here on commentary when this happened. I loved it. Phenomenal. They're like, get help out here. They're telling Chad to to bring out officials and medical attention. Ed said get some goddamn medical attention, but they bleeped it out. This was tremendous. I loved it. The crowd booed Balor like crazy. I loved it. And then the two of them, all four Judgment Day celebrated on the top of the ramp. 5 out of 5. Fucking loved it. Really good shit. I'm happy for Balor that he got a major win. He's in line for a major push, and I believe this was the start. They'll probably run this back again in mixed tag action. So it probably will be Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Balor and Rhea Ripley. But this is great. Loved it. Fucking loved it. Then we had a backstage segment again involving The Miz and the Philly hockey mascot, Gritty or Griddle, whatever. So he thought it was Dexter Lumis. It was not. Dexter Lumis appears from behind, chokes him out, and then Gritty kicks Miz in the ribs, and then that was it. Then we had the main event. Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle in a fight pit with special guest referee Daniel Cormier. This was a really good match. I mean, this was decent. It wasn't like it was advertised like I thought it was going to be. So Rollins was able to fight on top of the platform. So both of them, they brawl. Rollins hits a buckle bomb on the platform on top of the cage. That was fucking awesome. Riddle RKO's Rollins on the platform. He's able to roll off into the ring. Then he hits a rolling bro, and Rollins was able to get up before the 10 count. And then Riddle locks in the triangle choke. And Rollins tried to do a couple of buckle power bombs to break the hold, but it wasn't so. And so he tapped out to the triangle choke. Match was a 3 out of 5. Then they hit the credits. Riddle celebrates. He celebrates on the top of the ramp. Then he's finally revealed. Lights go out. We see the fireflies, the crowd, phones lit up. Then we see the Firefly Funhouse, the ruins of it. Then we see someone dressed as Huskus the Pig. Somebody was dressed as the White Rabbit. Someone was dressed as Abby the Witch. Someone was dressed as the Buzzard. Then we saw Bray Wyatt's lantern head on the announce desk table. So the announcers, they dipped out. Then it points to the top of the ramp. We then see a broken desk, a broken television that had the Fiend's mask and everything, and the Firefly Funhouse and everything was reversed backwards and all that. So then we see a door. It opens, and Bray walks out. He's got a really okay mask on. Walks out. The crowd's chanting, "Holy shit!" And then he walks out with the lantern. He unmasks himself. He blows the lantern off, and the crowd chants "Holy shit" all throughout. And we fade to black. That was it. Fucking loved it. Fucking loved it. I was on the edge of my seat. That was an epic ass return. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It was beautifully done. I love it. I'm glad that Bray is back. I'm glad. I am so glad that the man is back. And I figured he would come back. I figured he would. You know, he was done wrong by Vince and the boys. It happens. Now that Triple H is in charge, I feel like Bray's going to be a fucking megastar. I did enjoy The Fiend. I did, but I don't like the whole supernatural bullshit that Vince did with it. It didn't really happen with that type of character. It's interesting to see where Bray goes from here. I'm all for it. You know, whoever he feuds with, I'm all for it. Whether it's Roman Reigns, whether it's Seth Rollins, whoever he wants to feud with, I'm all for it. And I do think that Bray will be main event status. You know, the way they gave him the interest and everything else, he's going to be a main event status. He's going to be in the main event scene. Like, what we saw, that proved it, that he's going to be a main eventer. And I'm all for it. I'm fucking all for it. Let's fucking go. Extreme Rules was overall decent. I fucking love the Edge and Balor I Quit match, and I love Bray returning. Everything else on the card was decent. It was fun with the Brawling Brutes and Imperium. That was fucking fun. You know, everything else was, okay. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.